printed and throw them in my suitcase. But I'm trying to travel a little bit lighter. So my plan is actually to bring a lot of 3D printed earrings. So I've been working on these for the last,
month.
Couple of weeks anyway. One of
Yeah.
the latest ones is 3D Print Bunny. She actually has her string art in earring form. So this is a heart one.
So cool.
There's a sunflower one too. But when I went to Rocky Mountain, I just kind of had them on the table and they're not really displayed. So I experimented with a lot of different options. Like there's this, which is not sanitary. This makes sense for Liz in her house when she takes her earrings off to put it on a little earring stand. Or if you're preparing a whole bunch of them, once you're finished with, assembling the earring to hold it here. This is Retro Maker. This is super cool. Anyway, then this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went for an option like this, which again is yet another display stand. Now, if I was selling these at a craft fair or something, this could be my display piece where I display the different, all the different styles. I printed this gigantic triangle thing where I could slide the packaged earrings in, and it didn't come together. So I was kind of left like, what do I do? How am I going to make these a presentation?
Just you wait, Nick. Just you wait.
Yeah. And of course, our good friend K2 Kevin is going to have this gorgeous display of all kinds of things he's printed and designed and stuff using 3D printy panels.
Mm-hmm.
So today we brainstormed and Kevin came up with a solution, or at least the beginning of a solution. And that is to take one of the 3D printy panel sheets. He actually designed a hook because there wasn't a hook that worked for my particular earrings. And I'm trying to remember where exactly. Okay, this one goes like this. So this one slides in place here. The hook. Great doing a demo in the dark, but there we go. So the hook goes here, and then you take the earrings on the card, and voila, they hang off that.
Look at that.
So
that's so cool. It's like we're building a storefront now.
So I have a whole rack of the printy panel with the K2 Kevin hooks. So I have these all set up. But now it's what do I do with these? Because if you know anything about printy panels, it's that the possibilities for assembling them are fairly endless.
Endless.
Like, so I could do something like a box
connections
where, I would have
crazy
this panel, then this panel, then, and then I could have the spare ones inside. There's also a hinged one where I could do maybe 2 or 3 at a time. So on a hinged section, there's lots of different options. So
is a turntable like this for taking pictures, and then
so you would like me
make a custom one, and then it spins.
Have a full cube that spins. Yeah.
So there's fun options, and these are ideas for not just our show, but if you're displaying things, make it fun. Make it use 3D printing.
Picture someone like Tech Cheaper. Tech Cheaper does trade shows. This is a hanger that could be used for the keychains that he sells.
Yeah.
So we could have actually up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, 6 by. Oh, it's 6 by 6. Of course, that's what I printed. So you could have 6 by 3 or 4, but you could have 6 full rows of the hooks, and the hooks are really durable because the first ones I printed were in silk. But you could have 6 full rows of, or if you had necklaces, they would hang down. But so this will be something that this will be something you'll have to get from Kevin. the posts, the pegs, because he designed these. But yeah. So I have options.
Oh, that's right.
Are we not very lucky to have friends that are good designers and can come up with solutions?
Yeah, so, half you guys watching design things or posted things is crazy.
Oh, I knew I had another one done.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at
that. Yeah. So then this is the style that connects like I don't know. I'll learn. I'm learning.
Yeah, that's the frame for the front of your box right here, and that holds the four things together. And the cool thing about the way these attach is they go every other slot. Every other, so that if you wanted to put one on top, it would go in the every other one. Okay. Right? So I could easily just put another one of these right on top, and they go together. It's an infinitely tileable system. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
And one more thing I want to show off that I forgot before we talk about our main topic is this guy. Topic? We do. I got to print off the rest of them, but this is another one of those planters. And did I show this off last time? I don't even know. But the corn spins.
You hadn't started it yet.
The corn spins. It's very cool.
Got me.
Of course, the carrot just pops out. It's a fun one.
I've seen the carrot before, which is awesome.
All right, I printed this one in normal PLA this time. Honestly, the orange is pretty good color. I liked it in the marble, but Polyterra, not a good choice for these types of models. Maybe the corn, but you just have to be very careful. Polyterra, it's not structural filament, and it will break on you. I had 2 of them break at the event because it's just not that strong. But these are a really cool model. And
so the other one is you have a radish, and what's the last one?
Ooh, I don't remember. Broccoli. A little broccoli.
Broccoli.
Yeah. So those are quick prints, and I keep putting them off.
Yes, you need to finish. And Matt, thank you for your sub.
One more. Just something small. This thing right here. Small print.
So this is a birdhouse by
PA1 Maker.
One Maker.
Yep. So this is kind of cool. It'll have a chimney that I'm printing. Yeah, not complete. I just started it yesterday. But I have the chimney printing here. And you print the doors and like the little inserts. These models are cool. As much as I'd love to have everything MMU, sometimes it does make sense to have stuff as separate models because it would take forever to print, right? So I'm working on that, and I'll probably show that off on Thursday on my stream. It'll be completed. And giving it to my mother for her birthday on Saturday.
Don't tell her.
No.
Okay? Nobody tell Pink, don't tell Zombie's mom.
Nope. And Makai, thank you for the 9-month streak and sub. Thank you so much. So now you have a stream baby. Yeah. We don't name stream babies here. You can name one.
And you bought a PC. Excellent. Whatever works for you. Does a panel come off the birdhouse for cleaning? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. It just kind of comes off.
Oh yeah, that can come off.
So you can. It screws in. Yeah, it screws in from below, so you can just take it off. That's probably why they did. Oh no, it doesn't. Hold on. I have no idea. Maybe there's an interface plate that I haven't printed yet.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it. It's one of those things where I'm printing one at a time. Yeah. But yeah.
But your mom takes good care of her birdhouses. That's why.
It's mostly for decoration.
Yeah.
CA glue or gloop. Always gloop if you're using it for PLA. No reason to use CA glue. But if you can, use gloop. And speaking of using stuff, we all use 3D printers, but there are printers that are considered flagship. So before we get into this conversation, what is flagship? So for example, I have what is considered the flagship of 2024 phone, Samsung S24 Ultra. So flagship is kind of like on the top line. So it's kind of, honestly, it's kind of easy. This is an easy question. But I also want to kind of bring it into what are like the top printers, not necessarily flagship, but what are the top printers? By the way, I need to edit this, but this is the TPU case that I printed for the new phone, and it came out pretty good.
So,
That's good. MacBook. Yeah, they'll never do it.
yes. All right. So, flagship.
You're actually the one. You're the one who brought up this conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. So right now, Bamboo's flagship printer is their X1E, a printer that I don't think I've seen anyone own or have. It's kind of an odd one, right? You're spending about $1,000 more than an X1 Carbon for heated chamber, Ethernet connectivity. And it's funny, every time you mention it, the X1, or is it X1E? I don't even know the name of it fully. Everyone's like, what is that? Yeah, it's their flagship printer.
Okay, so the definition of flagship in business is the best or most important product, idea, building, etc. that an organization produces or owns. The machine is the flagship of, this is an example in a sentence. The machine is the flagship in our new range of computers. So it's the one that they would use as like their best example of how it shows their brand. So for example, right now, the Prusa's flagship would be the Mark IV. You were saying the Prusa XL earlier, but I think it's the Mark IV because
I'm not getting super technical.
That's the one that's the most attainable. I'm not
getting super technical into like the word flagship.
Yes.
At least I don't want to. But I'm going more off of like showing what can be done. Like what is the most that can be done. Obviously, the Prusa XL is, in my personal opinion, their kind of top end printer. Right? It's a tool changer. It's a 360 size printer. It's huge. Yes, there's a lot of issues with it, but I still think that is their like best showing of a printer. Now their workhorse printer is definitely the Mark IV over the XL because it has overall less issues. You can still have attach an MMU to it. But yeah, what do you guys think? Actually, we can kind of bring it to three categories. Prusa, Bamboo, or one of those weird industrial printers that no one's really buying. I would add a fourth
category, and that would be the 3D printing hobbyist flagship. So we're gonna make it,
right? Because we're talking about the same
winner
printers.
Chicken dinner of us saying, if you want to learn about 3D printing, if you want to 3D print, this is what I recommend. This is the flagship of Z and Z.
Flagship of Z and Z. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And Not So Dur says the cabinet industrial stuff is interesting, but not end user stuff. We're talking about consumers. For example, in a couple of weeks, we have Rapid TCT, and that is definitely for the additive manufacturing industry. So yes, companies like Polymaker will be there, LDO will be there, but it's not for the everyday hobbyist. It is for the industry. And that's sort of where I've actually in the 3D printing, the women in 3D printing group, I'm one of the only hobbyist 3D printers. So it's a really interesting world for me to be in because these people are doing, all of the crazy innovative stuff with all different forms of additive manufacturing.
Right.
But for us, what are the flagships?
Well, I gotta say it for the average stuff that a person would buy. So excluding the Bamboo X1E because that's not really targeted towards consumers, and the Prusa XL just because it's still, I would not recommend that to my friends, right? I wouldn't recommend it to my friends. I probably wouldn't recommend it at all. It's a printer that still needs some work, and it's still very expensive for what it is. So that being said, this one right here, personally, I think still holds the reign. The Bamboo Labs X1 Carbon. It is their second printer, and I still think it is their, not their best printer, but definitely their flagship.
Yeah, I would agree. It was the one that sort of brought a lot of people. It's actually brought a lot of people into 3D printing. It has lots of capabilities, including, of course, with the enclosure, you can print lots of different materials. You've got the option of the AMS, which of course is another new technology, and also the ease of use. And also the price point, if you're talking about people who are investing in their hobby of 3D printing, the price point is something that is attainable to people who are making that investment in a 3D printer. And for
Yeah. So
There you
that's definitely a flagship printer. It does pretty much everything, right? With the AMS, you can do multicolor. It's enclosed, so you can print ABS. It's not heated chamber, but that doesn't really stop you. You can still do giant ABS prints. You can even experiment with nylons and polycarbonates. And the controls on it are very intuitive. It has full auto leveling, you never have to worry about it. It has full filament loading and unload control, so you don't have to worry about, making sure your nozzle is clean. It just does everything really well.
Spaghetti detection.
Yeah,
you can record. Right. You can record and observe very easily. Yeah. You can stream with it very easily.
Yeah, that's the best thing, honestly, is the app. Like, yes, the whole cloud conversation, but the fact that they're offering that for free remote control, that's kind of crazy. And if you wanted to, you can even hook it up to Octo Everywhere for a little bit more control over your printer.
Yep. So it's got it. It's got it for you.
Yeah.
It's kind of set up. I mean, you still need to know 3D printing 101, but that goes for any printer that you're going to print with. But the fact that it has all sorts of things in place, and a lot of these things that are in place are still options. So if you still want to use a memory card and take it to your printer, you can. I mean, if you need to do updates, update your firmware and stuff. But a lot of these things are optional. And the AMS is optional. All of those things. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I really like it, and that kind of upsets me. I've said this before, but it really upsets me that a 2-year-old printer is still the top printer, right? Like, nothing released this year tops it. Now, there's better options. That's a different story. There's better options. Yes. At this point, I'm not recommending you get this unless you really want the touchscreen controls. It's nice, but for the price, the P1S is the same printer, right? I printed off so many things on the P1S, and they're interchangeable in terms of slicer, everything. It's just the controls are a little bit worse.
And when it comes to Bamboo, for me, without the exception of the enclosure, I'm loving the A1 Mini. I actually prefer the AMS Lite to the AMS. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm not wasting all those little tiny pieces of filament. I'm having a great time with it. But that's not a flagship. It's just a great printer. So
yeah. Yeah, we can have a whole nother conversation on that, like what kind of printers that you should get as beginner. And again,
but
it kind of upsets me because it's mostly Bamboo.
Yeah.
I don't want Bamboo to be on top. I want other options.
But Bamboo is having a huge sale on printers and also accessories starting on the 5th of June. It goes until the 5th of July.
Yeah, look at this.
It's not the Bamboo show, but we are gonna show this.
So this is crazy. So starting at the bottom here, A1 A1 Mini. $199. That's this printer right here.
US.
This thing was crazy for 300. Crazy for 300. That is incredible. So they're offering that. There is the same $50 discount for the AMS combo. The A1 is $60 off for only $340. I am kind of on the fence of getting one because I think it would be a good comparison to have between all the rest of the bamboos.
And this is a global sale, by the way. The prices obviously are a little bit different in every country, but it's the same % off.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And again, AMS combo for $489. Like, that's crazy. And then
so it's like $525 Canadian, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. The entire P1 line is $100 off, including the combo for the P1S. So right now is probably the best time to get into a printer like that. So for $849, you get the full-size AMS and enclosed printer. I would not recommend. I mean, I would definitely. I can recommend you buy the X1, but I wouldn't encourage it if you can get a P1, save a bunch of money, and then buy other stuff instead. Like,
yes,
you know,
including something like a Panda Touch.
Yeah,
to make the to make the experience better. My biggest complaint with the P1S is I do go up to the screen, and then when I'm trying to go up to that screen, poor Liz, she has to navigate that touch screen, or that's the non-touch screen, the buttons.
Oh, I don't. I just don't. I go right to my computer, I go into the slicer or open up my phone. I don't even bother touching the P1 screen. It's just useless.
I'm a hands-on person, so that's, I mean, if that's all I have to complain about, I really don't have anything to complain about. So
yeah. And the camera isn't good for viewing remotely. That's another thing.
Yeah, the camera's good for but you can't stream with it. But you know, people that have the P1S, they've done other alternate setups.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. It's still a 3D printer. Like, it's just a bunch of motors.
And I will say it is very warm in Montreal. I think it was like over 80. And I do not have air conditioning, so I am drinking lots of cold water.
I should have used supports here. Oops. But look how that recovered.
Biscotio.
Look at that. Look at that recovery. Isn't that amazing?
That is pretty impressive.
Wow. All right, I'll clean that up. I don't think I need that to be... yeah, I need to be clean. I'll reprint it. Oh, well. But let's see the color. Yeah, that'll look good. Maybe I could do like the bright color too. I'll play around with that.
Yes, it is 81.3 in my room here right now. So,
so carrying on to this conversation, I still do think that Prusa is kind of in the game. I know a lot of people think that they're completely done, and I'm kind of, you know, sort of on that boat. But I bought a Mark IV kit to experience what it would, you know, what the Prusa experience is, and honestly, there's some stuff that I prefer doing on my Prusa Mark IV. Like loading filament manually is very easy to do. Loading, unloading filament is pretty easy. Be able to reach around the back of the printer, etc. And honestly, the first layer performance on my Mark IV has been phenomenal. Like this was printed on my Mark IV.
Nice.
And it is just perfect. It is truly perfect. So the load cell sensor they're using that's where it's at. I really like it. And it's quiet. It's surprisingly quiet. That's one thing that we don't really talk about the X1. We're all just kind of used to the noise at this point, but it's not a quiet printer.
No.
The actual motion of it moving around is loud. Not the fans, anything. The motion is loud. So that combined with some of the, you know, louder fans and stuff, it's quite a bit louder than the Mark IV. So that is, I still think is a pretty valuable option, and I think is kind of their consumer flagship printer at this point. And combined with the MMU3, which I think a lot of people have had a good experience with so far, you can still do multicolor printing. And I think, yeah, Prusa's multicolor is going to use less filament than Bamboo's because they're not cutting it. They have the tip the tip forming tuned really well that they don't have to cut the filament. So you save some filament there.
And of course, they do have the educational industry cornered. There's still quite a few printers that are in all educational institutions and government businesses, government agencies and stuff like that. They do have that hold. So
yeah, and that's
we'll
great.
See what happens.
It's still a good design, and they do have their little enclosure kit to for safety as well. It's definitely not budget, right? Sometimes you kind of have to put aside the price and really think about the printer. Like put the X1 and the Mark IV right next to each other. And surprisingly, they're very similar. If you're printing PLA, but they're very similar. And the quality on a Prusa is still pretty good.
Now, aside from Bamboo and Prusa, there are, of course, many other brands. Obviously, for Creality, they have their Ender V3, whatever. What would you say their flagship is? Would you say it is the upcoming K2? Is it the K1? Is it what is
on the market? It's funny asking me because I had such a bad experience with their K1C. Like their definition of flagship is like budget. Like they are really trying to give you as many features as possible for the price, which is not a bad thing, but they just don't implement them really well. And you're stuck having to upgrade and modify your printer. Like 2 years ago, that was kind of the meta. You buy a printer and you upgrade it. It's like, oh, you just buy a printer and upgrade it. But we don't have to anymore. You can buy a printer that works without needing any mods. Doesn't matter if it's open source, if it just works. So, yeah, I don't. Until I get my hands on a really good K1 that works well, that prints well, that just kind of works and feels good, I'm not recommending them. I can't. I had such a bad experience with the K1C.
What about the K2?
Want anyone. The K2, I'm going to try to buy it for half off. If I can get it for half off, I should probably cover it. It'll be an option. It's big, so it'll be nice to have I have a bunch of big printers now, but it'll be nice to recommend more than just the Bamboo. Let's just put it that way. Because
now you do have, yeah. You do have some other printers, but okay. So, what is the flagship of Voron's?
Ooh, that's going to be the 2.4 350.
That was a quick answer.
Yep. Yeah, very, very easy. And it's it's debated, like 2.4 Trident, but I would say flagship is big, and the 2.4 scales up much better than a Trident. It's just overall going to be a really good experience. You can get a Trident, but I haven't used a big Trident. I'm actually building one, a Trident Maximus. It's kind of cheating because I'm going bigger frame, but I don't think I'd recommend a 350 Trident. There aren't really any kits for it because of that reason. The Rat Rig V-Core does look pretty cool. That's probably, actually, you know what? The V-Core 4 is probably the flagship kit that you can buy right now. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the flagship. It's going to be kind of built for speed as a kit. I think that's right. Maybe VZBot 330.
Now, people are starting to ask other questions, other companies and stuff. I think another thing that we should kind of discuss, and this is something that we say over and over again, in order for something to be considered a flagship or even a printer that we would recommend at this point, there are some very simple and often not given factors. There are some things that we quite enjoy in a printer, features rather, not factors, features that are still not included in some printers. I mean,
Right.
auto bed leveling, trimming, auto trimming, whatever you want to call it. That needs to be something. Obviously you still have to manually do some things, but your everyday printer that people are paying over, let's say you're paying over $300 for, you should not have to purchase something after the initial sale. You should not have any purchase of something to make your printer bed level.
Oh yeah, it's funny because we're in a very, very small space. Think about this. The average 3D printer person is still buying an Ender 3 clone style printer. And a lot of people are still using glass.
Yes.
Like I'm not
Number
lying.
2 is going to be like options for the build plate. Absolute options for the build plate. Decent nozzles.
Yep, being able to replace your nozzles.
Affordable replacement parts / nozzles. I guess the other thing, what would number 4 be for that? So we did build plate, auto bed leveling. The ability to use either something like Octoprint or to clipperize it, to have some sort of management system for it, so you're not fiddling around with memory cards all the time. So a way to send prints to the printer from your desk. And then what would the last prerequisite be?
I don't know. Just it's very difficult because your printer should just work, right? You can define that in many ways.
The option to upgrade. Sorry, the option to upgrade. Some sort of way to upgrade, because it should be something that lasts, something that you can continuously upgrade,
or
as an
at
option.
least replace the parts.
Yes.
Any parts. Like, for example, on this printer right here, there are some bearings in here that, from what I've heard, are extremely difficult to replace, to the point where you almost just want to get a new printer.
Okay.
And that is not a good thing. You want to be able to replace all of the consumable parts in a printer. Yeah.
Easy to do maintenance. Well, I would say Bamboo, actually, the regular maintenance on a Bamboo is fairly easy.
Oh, super, super easy.
If you have to do anything intense, maybe it's different. But the regular maintenance of a Bamboo is very easy.
Something breaks.
Breaks.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's not really maintenance, that's repair.
One thing I have found with Bamboo is that a lot of those parts are affordable. And for someone in Canada who, listen, I've gone months without my Prusa before, because it's almost impossible for me to get the replacement parts. There are of course different providers in Canada, but even then they have stock issues and stuff. To be able to go to the Bamboo website and find almost everything I need and have it delivered within the same couple of days has been a good thing. So
yeah.
And same with the
Pretty good.
Sobel. The Sobel was really easy because a lot of those replacement pieces were standard Amazon purchases.
Speaking of standard, it is standard to do a polymaker giveaway on these streams.
Yes, that's
and
true.
It is time. So
it is time.
If you want to enter to win a spool of polymaker filament up to a $35 value, available worldwide wherever they ship, bang ticket in chat.
Mm-hmm.
I had something I wanted to say. Forgot.
And also, as I mentioned earlier, and I'll mention it again, this Wednesday I will be doing a new episode of In Printing Color, and it is talking about a squishy topic, a very durable topic, actually. The surprisingly fun experiment of me printing in TPU. So I will be talking about my experience and and what I learned, and the endless possibilities of
tuned for that.
TPU.
Twitch.tv/Pezliz.
Yes. You can give me a shout out if you don't already follow me.
All right, I'm gonna
Hopefully you're not
mention
following me right now.
one more printer that I think is kind of blowing up right now,
All right.
and that is the FlashForge
Yes.
AD5M and AD5M Pro. So they are not the actually they're pretty fast. They are not the largest. They're not the absolute easiest to use, but for the price, I do think that especially the FlashForge AD5M, the non-pro, is an extremely good value. You can get it right from the website for $300, and compared to an A1, it's getting kind of hard to recommend, but it's still a great option, and I really like the nozzles on them. There are these ones right here. They don't have a 0.4 hardened yet. I hope they will soon. But they just plug in with a little JST and they clip in place. It's extremely solid and they work really well. The actual hot ends are pretty high flow. And that's what I did like this print right here. I did this on it and it came out like beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. It has extremely consistent flow. Very good pressure advance. Like everything on it is really, really, it just works, right? And that's something you kind of want on a printer is, doesn't matter how good the software is, you have to make sure that the printer itself prints well. Yes, I know you like your your dinos.
We love these. They're fun. I
So-
got them.
That is on my list of printers to recommend for beginners. Now, the enclosed version, it's kind of worth it. It's $500. But at that point, I might recommend stepping right up to a P1S just because you get that AMS option. And the ability to add an AMS easily to a printer is going to be big this year or next year. You'll see a lot of companies having that stock or an upgrade path to having some type of AMS MMU style system.
Yeah, because once people, it's really interesting. We were at Rocky Mountain. There were a lot of people that had bamboos, but they did not know that they could do the face plant printing, as we call it. They did not know that this was a possibility. So the more the people realize that that's an option, they're not going to be able to sit there and swap out filament from a single single filament slot. So they're going to want the option of MMU, tool changer, what have you. It's going to be expected.
Yep, that's how the coins are made. The first layer is flat, multiple colors per layer, and then the QR code is flat as well. You can have raised everything for all of those. That does work fine. I saw a comment earlier that someone found my original kind of maker chips, and yeah, they were color swaps because I did them on a standard printer. I didn't have an AMS at the time. I am gonna build the 8-track, so I do have the full, well, not full. I have the PCBs to do 4, and I think I might do the standalone kind of what is he calling it? But the 4-unit desktop variant that might be really good to do. So I'm gonna try that out, see how well it works. Maybe a 6 version for the tool changer would be good, but that's another version. And we could talk about some more like open source custom printer AMS solutions on my channel.
Yeah. There's a discussion about CPU needing a hardened nozzle.
We'll give it about 5 more minutes on the Polymaker draw.
Oh, the Marcus said their Saturday option. Give you the option to wander about.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would like to kind of see the event for a few minutes.
Make sure you bring extra spools of filament for thank yous.
Yeah. I think I had one person. If you're gonna go to to the event, I forget who already messaged me, but oh yeah, if you're going to the event, Long Island Maker Faire, which
You're
I
saying
encourage
way
you
more than I
to
do.
come say
Wow.
come say hi. Come say hi. Grab one of these. Yeah, let me know what you're willing to do at the event. If you guys want to help run the booth, that'd be cool. But let me know what kind of printer parts that you're interested in. Anything specific, like if you want some old bed slinger components, if you want like linear rails, like be very specific if you have some projects coming up. Because I have a couple things that I'd love to kind of slowly get rid of. So let me know. And I'd love to see you there. So if you're coming, let me know ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we will both be at the Midwest Rep Festival. Fat Boy's asking about Rapid TCT. There will be people at Rapid TCT. Maybe some people here are able to go. I know that there's lots of tickets available through different companies because they get
getting for free.
Number. Yeah, you should be able to get into free, and it is a great event. It is a great event from what I've seen of past years. So.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I'd love to go. Maybe next year I can aim for. It's just so tight with all these other events. And I was really trying to find an event to go to personally that I could drive to. That was the deciding factor for me is, can I drive to an event? Which means, can I bring my own stuff to the event? That was the big thing. I want to show off what I'm making, right? And with the printers I have.
Yeah. And it's fun to sort of spread around.
Absolutely. Let's see if this.
And
works.
also, it's really interesting to experience something that's not in the bubble.
Yeah.
I think that's important. Oh, nice.
That's pretty good. It's a good color.
Yeah.
That is the metallic chrome, I think.
Metallic chrome.
So I got the, oh man, what is that one? The steel gray, and then the metallic chrome. Those are two kind of like interesting grays. Polymaker has some great gray filament. They really do.
Yes. Dark gray.
Right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes for the Polymaker draw.
All kinds of beautiful grays.
2 more minutes.
There's the green gray too, isn't there?
What?
The green gray? Wasn't that another one?
Oh, yeah. That's a weird one. Yes.
And also, if you're looking for some really cool colors for printing, like stuff like this, the muted ones are really good too. Those are
muted has a touch of gray.
Like the muted purple is beautiful color.
Muted white. I'm making a mouse out of this, the retro mouse.
Oh yeah, that's a very cool retro color.
Mm-hmm. There's the bottom of this this thing right here. How's that one? It's like that. Oh yeah, there we go. There's the base for it. It's coming together. Pretty cool. It's huge. Wow, it's a kind of a fun print.
It could actually fit some birds.
Few birds, yeah. It's mostly for decoration, but yeah, it could fit some birds in there. Just take a few birds and put them in.
Again, we want to thank Polymaker for providing us with the opportunity to share filament with you. With this, of course, global giveaway. If you are in North America, you receive a gift card towards a purchase of Polymaker filaments, because the gift card is actually more than a spool, most spools. And if you are outside of North America or outside of Canada and the US, then you are actually able to choose a spool of filament from Polymaker and they send it to you, which is pretty cool. Yes. Fat Boy says, gotta buy 2 if you win. It's true.
Honestly.
And my next colors that I'm gravitating towards are the pop colors. I'm super excited. I don't know why I haven't bought them before.
They're very good. I wish they were in the regular lineup. It's just the pop blue is to die for. In fact, pop blue would have been an amazing color for the Maker Faire logo, because that's kind of the color. Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you. I ended up going with the which blue is it?
The luminous?
Luminous blue. And it's kind of cool. You can't see this on screen, but the blue it's transparent a little bit.
Okay.
So when you look at it, you can kind of see the bottom. And when it's glowing at night, it's a really cool effect. So I wonder how many people are gonna notice that.
I was trying to make your lights blue.
Oh, thank you.
To see if it would. Yeah.
First, let's do the draw. So I'm gonna close out the giveaway and let's get some hype in chat. Those are actual.
They're not nano leaps. They are Gobi. They're Gobi lights from Daddy Wazzy, which are also one of my emotes that Karen Chow designed, which is also on my merch, which is also all sorts of things. So, yeah.
Right. All right. I'm not going to refund the giveaway today. Not going to press the button, but thank you guys all for watching the show today. It was pretty fun. Thank you to Polymaker for this giveaway and for supporting both of our channels. And Liz is kind of... Oh, you fixed your camera. Nice. You fixed it. I was like, your crooked camera, but you fixed it.
Oh, yeah, I fixed it when I was showing off my
nice.
My T-Rex. I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, I was going to comment on it. I forgot. All right. The winner of today's spool is... Guy Street. Guy Street, you won yourself Polymaker filament. Congratulations. You can print one of these 8 colors now. Look at that.
No, make sure. Oh, there you are. And are you Guy Street or are you Guy Rue Guy?
Huh? I don't know.
I'm just teasing. That is really cool. Butterfly?
I know. This is available in Maker World. If you have the colors, try to print one of these. It is so much fun. And this is a great example of, this is the first layer. This is the first layer. Look how good it came out.
Beautiful.
That's amazing.
Beautiful. So that's 8 colors?
8 colors. The top layer is a little bit like raised. It's not completely flat.
Okay.
But it looks so good. And it's very thin. It's like 2 layers. So if you hold up to the light, you can really like see right through it. It's pretty cool.
Now, we are super fans of rainbows and we are allies. And it is Pride Month. So there's lots of Pride prints out. And of course, there's beautiful filaments that are different gradients. So
I forgot about this one. I printed that one a little while ago. Did I even share it? I don't know if I did. I was gonna share it on the first, but it's okay. There you go. Put it right there.
You haven't shared it yet?
I don't know if I have.
I'm surprised your son didn't take it because he loves butterflies.
Oh yeah, I printed him one. That's my second one.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I had all the colors loaded, and it doesn't take very long to print. All right, Matt Cat, thank you. Oh man. So the takeaway of today is, if you're interested in buying one of the best printers that's currently on the market, in both of our opinions, Bamboo will have a sale in a couple days. I will have an affiliate link for you if you're interested. Actually, if you bang Bamboo right now, just put the thing that you want in the cart. I'm currently recommending the A1 Mini. Amazing printer, absolute workhorse, is silent. It's like nearly silent. Like seriously, I forget it's printing. It is
But I do
quiet.
like its music. I like when it sings to me.
Yeah, I turn that off. The AMS Lite, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than the other AMS in terms of usability and speed. If you're interested, now is probably the best time to get an A1. I feel so bad for people who haven't gotten their replacement parts. The whole debacle of the you know.
There are some
warranty
options. I know that for example, Tripod, he actually got through to Micro Center and they exchanged it for him.
That's good.
So
that's good.
Just be your own advocate in any circumstance like that, and use all the available avenues.
Yep. If you do want to pick up,
I really want to try an A1.
Yeah, if you want to pick up the flagship that Bamboo offers to consumers, it's got to be the X1 Carbon. Just the usability on the screen, I'm able to in 2 seconds, preheat the bed by clicking the button. It's very easy to reprint your last job on there. Actually, it's easier to reprint the last job on the A1 because it doesn't ask you about filaments. It just reprints with the same colors. And I'm wondering if the A1's going to be better.
Fix'em Dude's choice is still K2.
Yep.
But that is the printer operator and designer. Pro designer. Hashtag pro designer.
Yep. And if you guys
including Fix'em Dude, pro designer.
If you guys want to carry this conversation on, of course, make sure to join my Discord. I do have a reasonably active Discord now. And if you want to get notified when I go live, I do post on there and will alert you. No worries.
And pretty much any time of day or night, MakerDeck's got a conversation going on in chat. Lots of people able to help you. And also you can participate with your whatever you're making. We had 2 lasers on the other day.
Really?
We had 2 lasers going on at the same time. Yeah. So we've got all kinds of things going on over there. So
very nice.
Keep enjoying that too.
Pretty fun.
Next Monday, I have an idea. So next Monday might be a very special episode.
All right.
I'm gonna see what's going on with schedules and things because I know you're coming back from Long Island Maker Faire, and we're also going through a season of all kinds of preparation and stuff. So we may have a special guest.
Ooh,
let's just say.
All right. We might have a guest next week.
Yeah.
We don't plan out our next shows that far ahead of time.
Okay.
Sometimes
we have.
Sometimes.
But yes.
It's just been busy.
But that also allows us to do things like this time last year, we introduced many of you to HueForge. That was, we did it. We were the first ones to sort of break HueForge.
That was awesome. Well, all right. I know for sure
on Z&Z.
One of next week's topics will be Maker Faire. I'm not going to be taking a lot of pictures. I'm just kind of attend and, well, I'm boothing.
Absolutely.
So I'll be talking about my experiences, and I'm very interested to see how many people are, how many people want to learn about 3D printing. That'll be interesting. So I think that's pretty much all for tonight. AZ is on.
Yeah, I think we should head over to AZ Pinoy.
Right.
AZ Pinoy is a friend of ours. He's does Lego. He does some making and crafting, and gaming. And he is going for partner. Yeah, he's got marbles going on. So if you're a marbles fan, get in there. Also, you can check your Riz. Just bang Riz in chat.
Real quick before we raid out, when you raid into him, it will help him out significantly if you click the circle, if you're on desktop, click his profile, and then re-click into the stream.
So the bar does not say refer raid.
Yeah, or you can just delete the refer, raid, refresh, but that's the easiest thing to do. It's super helpful for him. So thank you guys all today for attending. Thank you to anyone who donated. Very appreciated. Looking forward to some future streams. Catch me tomorrow where I might start the Rook 2020 build. Ooh. That's on my list. Yeah, Rook 2020 build. So that'll be exciting. Stay tuned for that. Liz has Imprinting Keller on Wednesday, special TPU episode. Thank you to Polymaker again for the filament giveaway and for supporting our channels. My name is Z.
And I am Zed. Merci beaucoup. Et à bientôt.
Goodbye.
Bye.
We don't have an ending screen yet.
I'm going to do one.
I know.
It will be
like
beautiful.
The intro, though. It'll be great.
Yes. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be Outrun, too.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
Yeah, I got it all prepared. Beautiful like your face.